When a woman is imagining you in an intimate way, her subtle behaviors can reveal more than she intends. While she may try to keep her thoughts private, her body language, tone, and reactions often tell a different story. Below are 10 signs she might be fantasizing about you, each explained in depth to help you decode her unspoken thoughts. 1. She compliments your appearance. If a woman is fantasizing about you, her attraction might slip out in the form of compliments. These won't just be generic comments like, "You look nice," but rather more specific and intentional remarks about your physique, style, or overall vibe. For instance, she might say, "That shirt really suits you?" Or, "Your arms look great in that jacket." What makes these compliments stand out is their frequency and focus. They might be sprinkled throughout your conversation or casually inserted at unexpected moments. These remarks serve as her way of acknowledging her attraction while keeping things subtle. If her compliments seem more personal than usual, take it as a sign she's been thinking about you in ways she doesn't want to fully admit. 2. She adjusts her clothing constantly. One telltale sign of nervous excitement is when a woman becomes hyper-aware of her appearance. You might notice her fidgeting with her clothing, smoothing her blouse, tugging at her skirt, or adjusting her neckline. This isn't just about comfort. It's her subconscious trying to ensure she's presenting herself in the best possible light. This behavior often stems from wondering how you perceive her. If she's fantasizing about you, she might feel more self-conscious and want to appear flawless in your eyes. These small adjustments, though seemingly trivial, reflect her desire to make a good impression and hint at deeper thoughts running through her mind. 3. She laughs nervously at everything. Pay close attention to her laughter. If she's giggling at things that aren't particularly funny or laughing a bit too hard at your jokes, it could be a sign of nervousness. When a woman is imagining you in an intimate way, her laughter often becomes a way to release the tension she feels. This type of laughter isn't necessarily forced, but it might feel slightly out of place, either overly enthusiastic or happening at odd moments. It's her subconscious attempt to diffuse the intensity of her thoughts and mask her feelings. If her laughter feels unusually frequent or exaggerated, it's worth considering what's really on her mind. 4. She teases you playfully. Teasing is a classic sign of attraction, but when a woman is imagining you in an intimate way, her teasing becomes more personal and flirty. She might jokingly challenge you, make witty remarks about your behavior, or even poke fun at something minor, all while maintaining a playful tone. What makes this teasing different is the undertone of curiosity and nervousness. For example, she might say, "I bet you think you're irresistible," or "You're so confident. It's almost unfair." These comments often have a double meaning, allowing her to test the waters while keeping things light and fun. Her teasing is her way of exploring the dynamic between you without directly revealing her thoughts. 5. She stumbles over her words. When her mind is preoccupied with thoughts she wouldn't dare express, it's easy for her to get flustered in conversation. You might notice her losing her train of thought, repeating herself, or struggling to form coherent sentences. This isn't a sign of disinterest. Rather, it's a clue that her mind is elsewhere, specifically, imagining scenarios involving you. These small slips can be incredibly revealing because they show how distracted she is by her attraction. If she starts to fumble over her words more than usual, it might be because her thoughts are racing ahead of her ability to articulate them. 6. She gets flustered around you. Blushing, fiddling with objects, or moving awkwardly are all signs of nervous energy. When a woman is fantasizing about you, her body often betrays her feelings even when she's trying to hide them. For example, she might blush unexpectedly, drop her phone, or bump into furniture. These moments of clumsiness aren't intentional. They're a physical reaction to the heightened emotions she feels in your presence. If she seems unusually flustered or out of sorts, it could mean you're occupying more of her thoughts than she's comfortable admitting. 7. She avoids certain conversations. When a woman is imagining you in an intimate way, she might steer clear of conversations that could make her feelings too obvious. For instance, if you jokingly comment on something physical or flirtatious, she may laugh awkwardly and quickly change the subject. This avoidance comes from her desire to keep her thoughts hidden while still engaging with you. She might feel vulnerable discussing topics that hit too close to home, so she deflects or redirects the conversation. If she's avoiding certain subjects, it's likely because they align too closely with what's already on her mind. 8. She touches her face or neck more often. Touching her face, neck, or hair is a classic sign of nervousness and self-consciousness. When a woman is imagining you in an intimate way, these small, unconscious gestures help her manage the tension she feels. You might notice her playing with her hair, tucking it behind her ear, or tracing her collarbone. These actions aren't always deliberate. They're often a subconscious attempt to ground herself in the moment. If she's doing this more frequently around you, it could mean she's grappling with thoughts she doesn't want to share. 9. She avoids prolonged eye contact. Eye contact is powerful, but it can also feel overwhelming when someone is imagining you in an intimate way. If she's fantasizing about you, maintaining steady eye contact might feel too intense. Instead, you might notice her eyes darting away or glancing at you and quickly looking elsewhere. This doesn't mean she's uninterested. Rather, it's her way of managing the vulnerability she feels. The mental image she's entertaining adds a layer of intensity to the interaction that can be hard to handle. Her avoidance of prolonged eye contact is often a sign of the internal conflict between her thoughts and her desire to keep them hidden. 10. She lingers in physical proximity. A woman who is fantasizing about you might find excuses to stay physically close. She might lean in when talking, brush past you unnecessarily, or position herself closer than usual during a conversation. This lingering proximity is her way of feeling connected to you without explicitly saying anything. It's a nonverbal way of expressing her interest and exploring the dynamic between you. If she consistently finds ways to be near you, it's likely her attraction is stronger than she's letting on. These subtle signs might seem insignificant on their own, but together, they can provide a clear picture of her thoughts and feelings. By paying attention to her body language, tone, and reactions, you can uncover what's really on her mind, and possibly what she's hoping you'll notice.